Welcome, welcome, welcome to how to nail down an extra $1,000 or more every month in your trade business with just a few little changes, and none of them involve selling. So we're now into billing for changes as they happen. We talked about this a little bit before in the last section. You can look that up. But part two really talks about why it matters. Now, we're if you're invoicing for changes, it's going to improve your cash flow and it's going to improve communication. And if I haven't said this once, then I should say it a million times. Good communication with your customers makes for good customers. So, improve cash flow. If you are getting small amounts of money in regularly, then it helps you manage and maintain your own expenses and your own income. It also does the same for your customer. So if every time you invoice your customer, it is a huge invoice, then they potentially have to transfer money out of investments. Now you're 5 business days before you're getting paid. So if you're invoicing them the small amounts regularly and frequently, then you're going to get more money coming in and it's going to be easier for them to keep on top of the regular payments to you. Now, if you send them a bill and you don't feel that they need to pay it right away because relative to the other things it's a really small bill, you're still going to send it. You're going to send it anyway, and you can say to the customer, "Hey, I'm sending you the weekly changes invoices. You don't need to pay that right away. You can include that with the next bill, but I just wanted to let you know." So what this does when you're billing for changes as you go is it improves your communication. So, regularly invoicing your customer is going to build trust. I don't know how many times I have talked to people who have built a new house and all of a sudden the extras and the things that they didn't know about, it's one on top of the other on top of the other. And so they get to the end and they go, "Oh my gosh, it was an extra $20,000, $30,000, whatever it is." And they didn't really know. Now, if you look back, I'm not saying that their contractor was trying to screw them over because most of the time I don't think they are. I mean, certainly I do know some that are a little less reputable, but most of the time they're not. But what it is it's $200 here, $1,200 there, $1,500 there, another, oh, here's $2,000. And so that adds up over 10 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever, and you get to the end and you present your bill for your customer and it's $10,000. Or in the case of some people I know, they're not on the ball. They get to the end of the job and then a week later, 2 weeks later, they're finally pulling together all of their expenses and they're sending it to the customer and the customer's like, "What's this?" So when you're invoicing them regularly, it's going to build the trust because they get to the end of the week and they're going to know at the end of the week, these are all the changes from the original scope, and I'm getting billed for them now. I know what it is. So this is going to help you keep track. And it also allows you, if you're using computer software, to easily send details to the customer that will show all of the invoices with all of the small amounts, which become part of the big one. And so that type of communication is definitely helpful. People forget. They do. They don't intentionally forget, but they forget. And the reality is that they don't know what you know, right? So if you say something's going to be $500 or $1,000, should you proceed, and then it turns out that it was $1,500, but you had another side conversation, don't you think you want to invoice them for the $1,500 right away when the conversation was 2 days ago and not 2 weeks ago? Because they'll forget. So invoicing regularly builds trust, and sending small invoices kind of is a sign that there isn't more extras. So I'm even a proponent of sending a zero balance invoice. So if whatever that invoicing cycle is, whether it's once a week, whether it's every other week, if you are on a milestone payment and there's no changes that week, you just send them an invoice and you say, "No changes, $0," and then you tell them when the next milestone payment is going to be. So now they have a reminder about the next time that they have to pay. And then they're thinking, oh, right, the next milestone payment is in 2 weeks. I should start transferring money, blah, 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 blah. And you're not telling them to transfer money. You're literally just communicating with them about the extras. So this is a little sub part of tracking and charging, billing for your changes as they happen. There is a bunch more tips and tricks on improving and increasing your income that do not require any more selling. If you want to find out more from us or anything else, I'm Erica. I'm the founder of Jig Savvy. You can go to jigsavvy.com. You can find out all of our little minis. We try to focus in, give you one thing. Hopefully that's going to help change things for you. Anyway, on to the next.